And thank you for joining us for another edition of 3 Questions with USFDons.com. We're here with USF head baseball coach Nino Giarratano. The Dons are 10 days away from opening the much-anticipated 2010 season. And, Coach, this is always a really exciting time of year for college baseball. What are 2 things that make you optimistic about the upcoming season?
There's a lot of optimism. 2 things to narrow it down. One, the team that's returning. We have all of our pitching back, all of our innings back, so that always makes it optimistic where you have a returning team that was 28-28 that played for the conference championship all the way until the last day of the season, so very optimistic about that. We have some offensive producers back, shortstop Derek Poppert, who was a great offensive player for us, Ryan Lipkin, who had a great year as a sophomore, a little down year offensively, but he's back. Robert Abel, our second baseman, is back. The returners, the 23 returners, it gives you all the optimism you would need going into the season. But the opportunity that's been building up the last 3 years, the 31 wins, the 28 wins last year, being really, really close to getting back to that second regional, that's where the optimism really comes for us.
No other sport has more preseason training than baseball does, with an extensive fall season and then more than a month of practice in the spring. What areas have you seen the most improvement in so far in the last month?
The most improvement that we've seen out of this team has just been the leadership, how the kids go about their work and what they're able to do every single day. It is a very long fall. They start to get tired of playing themselves all the time. We play scrimmage games all fall in that 32 days that we have, and then there's a whole month. Our spring preparation is a month, almost the same as what we do in the fall. So hopefully we'll be prepared. If the weather will cooperate, we can get outside on the field and really prepare ourselves for the season.
Right now you have a good number of former USF players around who are getting ready to return to their professional clubs. What kind of impact do these players make on your program?
That's great. Day to day, there's a lot of joy and laughter and fun stories that come from Tag and the multiple personalities that he has, and watching the maturity that Scott Cousins has gone through in his big league development and getting ready for his first big league season. Watching Steph and the confidence that he's gotten from the 4 years of great professional baseball that he's been able to play. Jesse Poppert's still here hanging around. On any given day, Xavier Nady shows up with Tag. We just have numerous professional baseball players from different organizations. Cole St. Clair is here from the Dodgers. Sean Grieve is here from the Phillies. We've been able to attract a lot from an atmosphere and a culture standpoint, and it adds to our players because they're able to see this preparation that the pros go through, but then they're also able to see how they carry themselves as individuals. And I think that's the greatest indication right there is just how they handle themselves outside of the game of baseball. There's some days I can go to practice and not have to say a word and let Tag talk to the hitters about hitting and have Sean or Cole stand there and talk about pitching. And there's just times where you could step away and say, well, just give us some knowledge on the day-to-day parts of playing the game, and that is just so useful for us.
USF Baseball was picked 3rd in the 2010 West Coast Conference Coaches Poll and opens the season Friday, February 19th, with a 3-game series against Pacific, with the first 2 games in Stockton and the final at Benedict Diamond. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Ryan.